What's going on, y'all? Y'all now tapped in with the Stamper Podcast. This is episode 26. I got a very special guest in the building. This is a brother who I've been following over on social media. Got some dope content out of Robert out of Infinite Signings out of Chicago. What's going on, brother? How you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
And likewise, man. It's a pleasure, man. It's an honor to have you here today, man. Before we get started, man, how was the day? How did business go? Did you have any wins? What's going on in business today?
Yeah, I had so what I'm doing now, I have since the real estate industry is slowing down a little bit, I'm starting to pick up mortgage and field inspection work. So I started to get into that a little bit more. So I had a couple field inspections today. I had 3 today, and then I also had a quick claim deed signing, and then also a refinance closing as well. So it's a pretty decent day.
So you cooking, you cooking up, but despite everything that's going on in the industry.
Say it again.
I said you cooking up despite everything what's been going on in the industry as of late.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to stay busy. It's always you got to pivot or figure out a way, because we all knew that this wasn't gonna last that long. You know what I'm saying? So real estate has its ups and downs. The market has its ups and downs. So you just got to make sure you take advantage of what other notaries have as far as information, especially yourself. I definitely watch a lot of your videos and everything too. So learned a lot from other fellow notary workers and everything. So it's been a good thing as far as that. I learned mortgage inspections, and then also what I'm looking to get into is fingerprinting of apostille work too as well. So
yeah, laying wide open, man. Wide open. Okay, that's what's up. So just talk. Let's get straight into it, man. Tell people about yourself. Where you from? What was what was some of those early beginnings like for you in business?
All right, so I'm the owner of Infinite Signings Notary Services. I'm based out of Chicago, Illinois. And as far as getting into the business, I started out with getting my real estate broker's license. I was really big into learning more about real estate. I had my broker's license for a year. Unfortunately, didn't keep that and just stuck with notary work. It was something that I had that I wanted to do notary work. Because it was something I had to get my clientele base up, dealing with the real estate brokers. So in the meantime of doing that, fell into this line of work and just took off with it. I think at the time, I've been doing this for 3 years now, and I think I came in at the right time. So during that period, it really just gradually improved over the course of time. All my clients, and then also signing agencies just started giving me rings on the phone and everything to do closings for them. So it just took off from there. So.
Oh, now the process of getting your notary commission out in Illinois, is it simple? I heard all you gotta do is just sign up, just fill out an application, and you get commission right on the spot.
Man, this is something similar to like it's basically just what I went through a third-party process, and then basically all it was is me submitting all the information, making sure they do a background check and everything as well, and then also driver's license, different documentation they may ask for. But all that is doing that, turning into the Secretary of State, waiting for your commission to come back. You pick it up from the county clerk's office, and that's it. You know, it's not really hard. I mean, I think it was like $10 for the fee for that, so it wasn't. Yeah, something small like that. Yeah.
That commission was less than 30 days?
I want to say, around 30 to 45 days. Yeah,
that's not bad. That's not bad. So before real estate, before coming into the notary business, did you have any businesses that you were running at the time?
At the time. So the first thing, got out of college, started doing corporate America, which was a drag. And nobody that's out there that's doing dealing with the 9 to 5. And I mean, of course, there's jobs out there that people are making 6 figures and even more in 9 to 5. So I'll never knock a 9 to 5, but I just knew that wasn't the route I wanted to go to. Just because once I got out of college, I seen my dad and also my mother retire, and went to the retirement parties and seen what it was had to offer. And it was just like, man, they've been doing this for 40 years and this is it. Like, And so I was like, man, I really wanted to build a foundation for myself, legacy for my children, so I could leave something behind for them. So started trying to find ventures that I could work on my own. Before this, I started doing music production. So as far as like the stuff online, Instagram, all the posts and stuff, I love doing that, placing the music and syncing up everything, the visuals with everything. That's my forte. So that's something I was getting into out of college, and hooked up with one of my good friends out of high school that does music production as well. So we took that off and just took off running with that for a while. And then after that, it was like, okay, I want to do it. I want to do something extra, you know? And then I got into real estate and then got into notary work. So, and here I am.
And what college you went to?
I went to Emporia State, play ball there too, down in Kansas.
Are you hooping?
Yeah,
What was your position, man?
Point guard.
A PG? All right. Who's your
3-point percentage at 52%.
What?
Yeah, man.
Who would you say you might have your game after?
Oh man. God, that's hard. I want to say like a Chauncey type. Okay. Yep, Chauncey. Yep.
I'll never talk about Chauncey, man. They don't remember how tough he was, especially with
man. Hey, he was a beast. Straight beast.
Scoring. And got the finals MVP too.
Yeah, hands down. Big guard, and with just a score first mentality. And I believe I was the same way. Yeah.
That's dope, man. So what was your college experience like? Because I know that now you mentioned you was an athlete as well, and you doing music. Like, what was that total experience like? And do you feel like that experiences would you able to use those experiences to help you in your business as of today?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I think just having that type of grind, because I was doing 2-a-days. You wake up 6 in the morning. It's like basically like a 9 to 5. You're in college. You're not getting paid for it. So I'm a big advocate in getting these college players paid, because they need it. I mean, they're waking up at 6 in the morning and not going to bed until 9, 10 after study hall. So it's like mandatory, you know. So I think, but the grind would help me out tremendously as far as in life period. I feel like fighting through adversities, having that type of adversity, going through the ups and downs and the failures, and knowing that it's not the end of the world and you could just keep pushing at it. And usually the ones that surpass everyone else and work harder than everyone else gets that bread, you know? So, and that's what it is at the end of the day. We all want to be breadwinners, but we don't want to put in that effort and all that it takes to actually get to that point. You know, you just see the success in somebody's Instagram and just think, oh, I can get there. And then when you don't make it, then it's like, oh man, I failed. But no, not in all actuality, you know?
Yeah, gotta keep going, man. Yeah, I think I don't know who that was that said that, but I think most athletes that we've seen that have been successful in life, I think that whatever they've been able to do in their sport has been able to translate to what they do in business. Because I know as athletes, there's a regimen that, I mean, you have a routine that you're going to follow. Like you said, you waking up at 6 a.m. every day. You know what the grind is like. You got to be at hoop practice, whether you got to go for a mile run, you doing your skill workouts. Like, these are necessary things that you got to do in order to be successful on the court.
Most definitely. Yep.
Definitely. So you got into the notary business. Like, what were some of those early challenges getting into the business?
So I think the first is just landing your first signing. I feel like you're looking at your phone 24/7 trying to find that one signing. It pops up, you try to get to accept it, and you don't get it. You know, so it's like, it's just okay. You just gotta wait and wait. And I think the first signing I took was it was in Kankakee. If anyone's from Illinois, know from Chicago to Kankakee, that's like a good hour drive. Yeah. Easy. And that was my first one. I was like, I'm taking it. I don't care what happens. I'm taking this. And gain the experience and get the experience under my belt. And whatever happens in the signing, it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't fearful of that, because you just got to go into it and realize that this won't. If you mess up, you mess up. And it won't be the last. You know. So. But yeah, as far as that, but then other than that, just I needed a mentor at the time, and I had one who helped me go through the whole process as far as getting my notary commission and everything else like that. But as far as knowing where to sign at, how to sign, I'm not gonna lie, the first time I was there sitting down with the client, I'm like, man, I hope I have you signing in the right spot. I'm looking, I'm like,
Been
man,
there.
yep, sign there, sign there. Yeah. Do I need to sign right there? Do I need to stamp right there? But I mean, but to be honest with you, that first signing, as much as many nightmares or all the afterthought that I had as far as going through with it, it's like, man, I know I messed up, but I really didn't. I did a good job, and it never came back as far as needing to go out there, because if I had to go out there and Kankakee, I would have been upset again.
Yeah. Nice.
But yeah, I think that was the biggest thing, just knowing how to explain the documents, showing where to sign off at, and basically having that appearance that you know what you're doing. And I think that's one thing that a lot of clients and signers pick up on fast. It's like, you sit these 100-page documents on it. If you don't know what you're doing, it shows very easily.
Yeah, they gonna sniff you out in a heartbeat.
Facts.
Oh man, that's funny that you brought that up. I remember one of my biggest fears with signings was that, if we leave the signing table, it's like, all right, hopefully I know I didn't make a mistake. And I will always wonder, like, how would I know if I made a mistake or not? One of our earliest mentors, like, if they don't call you, that means you're good. Right? If they don't call you, if you don't get an email, then hey, you did good. So stop stressing over it. Like, you will know, right? So that's one of my earliest fears, because with loan closings, right off the bat, you did a little refinance. We talking 150, 170 pages. So you definitely need to have your terminology, at least have the or at least appear like you got the terminology down on point. Right. And then try to utilize all your resources. Make sure I got the loan officer on down. I got the title company on down. I know who to call at the signing service in case anything goes wrong. Because again, you don't want to, because they'll sniff you on the heartbeat. They'll be like, you know what you're doing?
Right. Right.
I don't feel comfortable signing anything. Let me get someone on the phone first. Right. So it's important, man. Get that training done ahead of time.
Man, I'm telling you, especially one thing you have to realize is this is like, you can lose money if you are not trained. You can lose money. If you're sitting at the table with a borrower and they're asking different questions, and if you cannot find that information or pinpoint that information, then you have these loan officers, they don't answer the phone. Let's keep it 100. They don't have, when you're sitting at the table, they're not gonna answer. They don't answer the phone. And the title company, you cross your fingers and hoping somebody's at the title company too that can answer those questions that you have. But other than that, if you can't come up with the answers and direct them to the right person, or have something to combat what they're asking or what they're saying, usually they'll be like, I'm not comfortable with signing these documents, because they need an answer for someone. And if they can't get the answer from me, who can they get the answer from? So you can lose out money very easy. And I want to say this one time, and one example I had, it was with a couple, and I was sitting down at the table with them, and they were saying that, okay, so had the documents in front. I was like, okay, well, let's go over the documents here. This first document here, just make sure you sign correctly. This was their first and last name, blase, as far as the dates go, all that. So I started explaining some of the documents over to the client. He looked at me, he was like, you mean to tell me you're gonna explain these documents as we go? I'm like, yeah, why would I not? And then he looked at his wife, and his wife was like, wow. I'm like, did nobody do that before? He's like, the lady that came here before just sat the documents down and just said, you have to sign. And we asked her questions. She said, I can't tell you anything. I'm just here to help you sign. I'm like, oh, wow. She was like, yeah. And she said, I get paid either way. I'm like, what?
That's
how do you conduct business like that? You can't conduct business like that. That's terrible.
Yeah, some of the things you hear at the signing table, I'm very surprised. Very surprised. Like, folks, like, for one, a lot of us, we coming into the client's home anyway. So if I'm coming into his client's home, I'm obviously going to be respectful of who's inside that house. I'm going to treat them with the utmost respect, and I'm going to do whatever I can to provide the best experience possible. Because a lot of times, if not 99% of the time, you're actually the first professional that they see in the entire process anyway.
Yes.
So just by you showing up with a positive attitude, doing the best you can to guide them through the documents, right? Just providing this great signing experience, that's going to keep you in that rotation.
Exactly.
If you rude with about the process, like I think some of that too is in part the notaries, they get commissioned, they go through all the necessary steps to get their certifications, but they don't continue to, sharpen their blade, right? Because they don't know when they're gonna get that phone call. Because a lot of times this is on call. It's not like we could just, unless they get us to contact us like in advance. More times than not, it's either same day or the day before when they actually need you, right? So yeah, like folks is not sharpening their blade, and then they go to these clients' house when they need to know where specific information is in the document. They can't even point out to that. They can't even point it out to it, right? So it's the trip that you going up to the signing table and they're like surprised they're dealing with a professional who knows what the hell they're doing, right?
Right.
It's by being professional. Just by being a professional alone is gonna make you look good.
Exactly.
It's not difficult. It's not difficult,
think,
right? So
I think one thing you hit on the head is the training.
Yeah.
I think that's once I started investing in my education as far as dealing with notary work, I think that's what took it to the next level as far as explaining documents, knowing what to do, what to say. You have to find a coach. You have to find a mentor that helps you out. That speeds up your learning curve tremendously. If you're out here and you don't have a coach, then it's like you crossing your fingers and hoping you're doing it correctly, because if you haven't invested in yourself, it's going to show. Yeah. It's definitely going to show.
Right. But when you first got into the business, did it take you a while to find a mentor? What was that process like for you in finding that person for you?
So I had a mentor in the beginning stages, actually. So I was grateful for that. He showed me as far as how to get commission and everything, and then also the little things I might have questions on as far as signing goes, where to sign, and some of the acknowledgments are worded differently from others, dealing with different title companies, whatever the case may be. So it's like, okay, this is a little bit different. What do I need to do as far as putting the verbiage together? What do I need to fill in some points in time? So he was able to explain all that to me, and I'm very grateful for that. So I had him all along the way, but I did invest in some loan signings coaching as well as far as courses. So once I did that, was able to understand the documents, knowing, and also having a real estate background actually helped out tremendously. Being able to pass the exam, real estate broker's exam, a lot of the verbiage that was on that, I knew what it was. So I think that helped out tremendously as well too.
Talk about that. Why is that such an important advantage, especially for loan signing agents?
Just knowing what different deeds are, what the title is, how people can hold title, the different encumbrances, what a lien is, what judgments are, and how someone can go through the process as far as financially getting a loan approved and all that. So it's like you're familiar with the steps. It's just the fact that once you see it on paper, it's a little bit overwhelming. But once you start reading through the documents, it's like, okay, I know what this is. I know what this is. Grantor, grantee. I know what this is. So that's all that is.
That's pretty dope, man. That's pretty dope, man. That's a competitive advantage in my eyes.
Yeah.
Because like I said, most notaries, they just know to explain the purpose of the document, but sometimes they just don't know what a document is in general. So for you to be able to know that, already on top of it. All right. Great. So now I know that you say you offer you do loan closings, and I know you was mentioning earlier about inspections. That's something that I don't really hear too frequently. As a matter of fact, I did it a while back. You ever heard of We Go Look? I think We Go Look is man, I don't know if they're still around, but it was a company where they would send me like inspection jobs. If I need to go out to a person's home to check out the flooring, if they might have had some type of accident or whatever, it was just pay like $10 to $20. Really not worth it, right? But this is something that I've been hearing as of late with home inspections, field inspections. I don't know if that's the same thing, but I would love to just get educated on what pushed you into offering that service, and and what does it all entail?
So I started doing inspections, I want to say beginning of June. I started doing property inspections then in the beginning of June. And that was basically me going through other people as far as dealing with notaries online and seeing what they have to offer as far as knowledge goes, and picked up on some of the things, YouTube videos and everything, and started looking into that and started signing up. I'm with one company that I work with is Groundworks Inspection. It's a great company. I do inspections for them. I get maybe, I want to say maybe like 10 a week, which is pretty good as far as what I was expecting.
Yeah.
And they pay roughly around $70 to $90, sometimes $100, depending on what it is. And
Really?
yeah, so interior inspections and exterior inspections are a little bit different as far as the price range. So exterior inspections usually roughly around like $20 or maybe less, or maybe up to $30, depending on where the area is. But interior inspections cost a little bit more. And basically you're doing the square footage of the home. So you calculate the square footage, you measure that out. And then also inside the home, if you have a second floor, you're measuring that out too as well, labeling. That you'll basically do a sketch, and then you'll label out the rooms and everything like that. You don't have to actually measure the rooms, but you just have to identify where the rooms are throughout the home. And other than that, and then take pictures, and that's about it. I want to say it takes me about an hour, and I think it's just because of the fact that I'm a little wet behind the ears. And once I get that experience, I'll understand a little bit better way to do everything as far as going about the method of the madness, so.
Yeah, that's dope. I was just breaking away for a quick moment. I'm just writing down the name of that company because I might have to tap in and
Oh
look
yeah,
into
definitely.
that.
Yeah, definitely. Also, another company is Sophie,
So
SOFI, and it's I want to say dot US. It's not Sophie, because it's another Sophie that'll come up as far as loans.
yeah, I know.
But yeah, so look into them. I just got with them too as well. And what they are, they're like a database platform. So basically, they just have a directory, and people call me. So I got 2 this week companies to sign up with through them. So, and then they offer different packages where they have it where you can do more than just field inspection work. They have like over like 10 or 15 different types of inspection jobs that you can get from.
Really?
So yeah, you can pull from, yeah. So I mean, yeah, definitely got to look into it.
So it's a really diverse niche then, right?
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Some people do. I have a friend that's out in Texas. He does motor vehicle inspections.
Mhm.
He does that as well. So
You say you would it be safe to say you can at least make 1,000 a week from it?
1,000 a week, yeah, you can. Most definitely. If you have enough clients, yeah, enough field inspecting companies, yeah, for sure. Easy. Because I want to say right now I do maybe like 600, 700 with that company alone in the week.
That's not bad.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Especially and you said how long does it take for you to complete one job?
About an hour. About an hour.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
No, not at all.
Interesting.
Yep.
Now, do you
So
need to be do you need to be certified in order to do it?
you just have to be a notary.
What? You learn something new every day. Like, I honestly didn't even know that. I just thought you need to be, because for some service like fingerprinting, loan closing and being commissioned, I thought you would need to be need to be certified in order to do that. But you just need to be a notary.
Yeah, that's all you need to be, a notary. Yeah.
Now, if you haven't done it, like for someone that may not have done it, maybe that first time, and they got a request for an inspection, is there some type of training that they would need to do, to at least get some type of know-how before they take on that job?
So a lot of these companies have onboarding training. So they have all the training in session as far as you just going through the different modules to let you know exactly what they expect and everything else. So I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Straightforward.
And that's why this is why I feel like the notary business is such a great business, because this is something new that I didn't even really, I heard about inspections, but I didn't know the opportunities that were out there like that. So it's so many ways that you can leverage your notary commission. Like, it's ridiculous.
It is. It really is. One thing I can't wait though is online notaries. I don't know if you have that remote online over there.
No, we still behind in California. They had the bill up, I believe, but then it ended up getting declined or something like that. I don't really know the particulars. I just saw it on the gram, and then I heard another notary talking about it. So It's been a topic of conversation out here, but I think the whole thing with Ron, I guess they're afraid of fraud, I guess, out here in California. I mean, I don't know.
I feel like that happens regardless.
Yeah,
That happens regardless. I've heard some horror stories about wives getting left off the title of houses and stuff like that. Yeah, some craziness. Yeah, I heard a horror story about this one lady who basically, I guess, got a divorce, and the husband went back and did a quitclaim deed and released her from the title. Had a notary and everything on there.
yeah.
They had it notarized and all that, and still got it. I'm like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
She shouldn't have been. She shouldn't have been removed from title, right? Wouldn't she have to sign
For
the document?
the signature and everything on the
Oh,
quitclaim. Yeah, yeah, and got it notarized.
wow. Yeah,
So it's like, I mean, scam is scam. They doing that there, but I mean,
yeah,
I feel like, to be honest with you, I think the pandemic helped out as far as our side in Illinois for it
yeah.
to move fast. So right now I'm just waiting for that, and I've been back and forth with the Secretary of State. I'm pretty sure they tired of me trying to figure out what's going on, because they
Yeah.
really haven't released that much information on it. They're still drawing up documents and trying to put it into effect. So hopefully by July 1st, my fingers crossed, that they'll have everything completed and ready to go for us to do remote.
I want to know what's the fee structure behind it. Because as a notary, as a mobile notary, our advantage is like we're able to tack on that traveling fee. But us being able to notarize documents, over the whether it's over the camera, like what does the fee look like for that type of service?
So, and mine is $25 to start off. So $25 first fee, and then after that, I want to say it's like $5 every other notarization.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're sitting online and doing that, you can have a couple documents, but the fact that you're able to sit there and at your home or wherever you're at and do it is that much easier and that much simpler. You'll be able to take on clients. I know that you work in law offices, so just imagine if you're able to just sit online all day with the attorney and get things done, notarized documents through that way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that would be a great selling point to any attorney that's out here. Yeah, I'm a remote online notary. Any clients that you have, just send them my way. We can notarize any document online. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the great part about it. So I'm looking forward to being able to advertise that and market that to a lot of my clients that I have.
Yeah, I'm still worried about that fee. I'm trying to figure out, like, man, I mean, because for a estate plan signing, you can do like between 175 250. But man, I can only imagine you doing a Ron signing and you're not even making that kind of money. Because I ain't gonna debate put you back and forth, but I gotta do my research on it because I'm still trying to wrap my mind around it, just offering that service. Because like I said, the fees are drastically different for how much it would cost if you were to do it in person, as opposed if you just do it online. So
yeah, that is true. I can see that. And I feel like if that's the case, I probably wouldn't be doing those types of signings online. I think quick, like the ones I have some, I market the UPS store. So a lot of times you may get like someone need a quick claim deed signed or something like that, or a power of attorney or something like that along the way. So small documents that may need to be notarized. You don't necessarily have to go anywhere. You can do it at home real quick. $30, whatever the case may be, doing it online. So.
Yeah. And you just brought up something that was interesting to me now. When I used to do my drop-offs, I still do my drop-offs. Initially, when I got into the business, I was doing my drop-offs at FedEx. I was up there so much that I would have one of the receptionists or the people at the front desk that would ask, "Hey, do you have business cards?" We always have people that ask us, "Do we provide notary services?" It's like, yeah, of course, because I know FedEx doesn't offer notary services, but UPS does. Now, knowing that UPS offers notary services, they still be reaching out to you, knowing that you're a notary to notarize their documents.
Most definitely. The signing I just did was came from UPS.
What?
Yeah, for sure. Because a lot of times they don't deal with real estate documents. They'll notarize other documents. For real estate, they don't touch it.
Yeah.
Just because of all the insurance purposes and what somebody can get sued for on that, which they actually did at one point. The store that I worked with, they were in a lawsuit with I don't know who it actually was, but they did have a lawsuit claim against them one time. So So a lot of them just don't touch it. Same with the bank, same reasons with the bank. And which is crazy is like there's a bank right across the street from the UPS. So it's like a chain effect. Like they go to the bank, they can't do anything at the bank. They come to the UPS. They send them over to UPS and they send them to me. And I want to say last month I went into one of the banks over there and opened up a bank account. And I guess there was somebody in line waiting for a notary. They told her we can't do the notary. We can't notarize this document because it's real estate. So I was like, hey, I'm here.
Right on time.
Right. So I was like, I'll notarize it, whatever the case may be. So after that, I came back into the bank, finished my business at the bank. And then the lady was like, yeah, thank you for being able to notarize that document for the gentleman. It's like, we usually send them over to UPS. I'm like, yeah, that's probably you giving me all the business. I was like, yeah, that's who I work with over there. So they're like, oh man, it's such a small world. I'm like, yeah. So I handed them my card too. So I get business from them too as well. So
yeah, it's dope to be able to build those type of relationships locally where it don't even cost you any money. I mean, it's not like it ain't cost them any money either. Just pass instead of them trying to figure out where to find a notary, they just pass them your business card and boom, you get business just like that. They don't get no better than that, bro.
Thanks.
Now, is that something that's part of your marketing strategy as well? Not as far as like doing more canvassing, just stopping by locally, just pop your head in, say I'm here, just introduce myself. If you ever need a notary, please keep me in mind.
Most definitely, I do that everywhere I go. So I'm traveling. If I see a law firm, law office, if I see a UPS store that's along the way, I'm going inside, handing my card off wherever I go. And I know one time, and I mean it, and it works, to be honest with you. It really works. I was in about 10, 15 minutes away from where I stay, went to a UPS store, walked in there, handed my card. About 15, 20 minutes later, I had somebody call me from them asking for a notary. Yeah, so it definitely works.
It works because also you take an action as well. Like I don't think that's what's spoken enough. How care about a lot of notaries complain about business is slow, but some folks they're not willing to put themselves out there. They're not willing to put themselves out there, build those relationships. Just drop by, drop a business card off. They're not willing to do those things, but expect to get the type of results that you're getting.
No, you got to go get it. You got to go get it. You got to go hunt and get your food. That's what you got to do. You got to bring it back. You can't let anybody come back and bring it on the plate. You got to go get it yourself. That's exactly what you have to do. And having that mentality, knowing that every day you wake up and you go out and grind and you're building your business. So this is how you eat, this is how you feed your family, this is what you do. So you get up and grind just as much as you grind for that 9 to 5 and more, because this is when it stops, when you stop marketing, that's when your business stops. That's when that wheel stops turning because you're not making it turn. You're the one man showing this, so.
Right. Now, do you got any help within the business? Do you have any business partners? You got any assistants, or it's a one man operation?
One man operation. Yeah.
I got aspirations of possibly adding on some staff members, possibly starting going nationwide, or you figure like what what I'm doing right now works for me.
So I am looking into doing signing services as well, and then also. As far as fingerprinting goes, that's one thing I wanted to get into more is doing the fingerprint sign doing nationwide. I feel like that's a great avenue to get into, just because when you're looking on Google to see who's doing mobile fingerprinting, there's slim pickings. There's really slim pickings when it comes to that. So I feel like that's a great market to tap into, and if I can tap in a different way that I'm doing notary work, where I'm able to do it on the phone, on a call, at home, whatever the case may be, while I'm out doing notary work, that's something I want to do as well. So yeah, just picking up everything. I'm 3 years in and learning and soaking up so much, so much information. So I'm definitely eager to learn more and figuring that out. Because I know I see you have your signing agency, right?
Yeah. Stamper. Yeah. I just recently changed it. Stamper Mobile Notary. It was Stamper Signing, but now we can switch back to Stamper Mobile Notary. So we doing a quick little rebrand and we back at it, man.
For sure. How was I know this is how was it as far as starting to get in the work? As far as how did you start off getting the work? Like, did you know some attorneys that you were already working with, or how does that even work?
Yeah, man. So initially, I started the agency. I want to say July next month. It'd be a year. And my focus initially was like working with title companies. So what I would do a lot of times, I was going to these Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups. I was part of a business networking group as well, and I would just push that, hey, I'm building. We're a nationwide notary agency. We specialize in working with. I didn't even say attorneys at the time. We're just working with title companies, loan officers, or whatnot. So there was a loan officer here locally that I connected with. Ended up building a relationship with her. And one thing is for sure, man, she needed a refinance signing. And at the time I was telling her, I was like, my commission was actually set to expire, but I couldn't do it. So I actually knew some notaries who could actually handle the signing for her. So she had reached out to me for a refinance, ended up getting a notary for that signing. That was like the same week. That's how I got started. And then I eventually going nationwide. So I started working with the attorneys. So one of my attorney clients, they're actually a repeat client where they send up living trusts for a lot of clients all across the nation. So typically they would spend time, they want to spend the time trying to find a notary, whether it's going on Google or going on Thumbtack, whatever. But I actually prefer, they actually found me through Thumbtack, but they didn't want to spend that time searching for other notaries. Right. So ended up doing one job for them for a living trust signing. I pretty much knew what the process was in a sense. It was almost similar to loan signings. And they just continuously using me for all my signings. And then they asked me one day, the first time I did my first out-of-state signing, I want to say it was, where was that signing at, man? It might have been, no, it was in New Jersey. Very first assignment that took me nationwide was in New Jersey. It's for Living Trust. It's like, hey, do you have any notaries in New Jersey? I said, yeah, of course, even though I didn't have any notaries, right? I did. Yeah, of course. I can find a notary for you in New Jersey. And then lucky for me at the time, I already had Stamper Community as as my Facebook group. I pretty much just used as a network for notaries to join. And so I pretty much just looked inside the group. I said, hey, we have a signing coming up in New Jersey. Is anyone available? I mean, that's all I knew. And then Tierra Bryan, shout out to T. She was that's the first time we got connected. She was already in the Facebook group, and she said, hey, is that signing still available in New Jersey? I was like, yeah, of course. It was in her neck of the woods. And that's how it took off from there. I went from New Jersey to New York, did a signing in Florida, Memphis. Where else, man? Texas. Like, yeah, we didn't touch a lot of states, man. So I think mostly the key to going nationwide, I think really just the relationships, just networking. I don't think anything where it's just like rocket science. Again, like say you may have some clients where they may have clients in other states, whether it's an attorney or a title company. It doesn't matter. You just position yourself to be there at the right time.
That's dope. That's real dope.
Yeah, that part. Yeah, I started off with using signing order. I was looking into using SnapDocs. But like I said, I was like so focused on doing the loan closing. So now we focus on doing more like estate plan signings, like do more legal document work. Because I've seen that's just what my market has been calling for as of late. I want to say within this whole year really. So I've been focusing on that. And thankfully, I've still been getting these signings coming in. I've done more estate plan signings this year than I think than any other year in my business. Like this is actually the first year where like it's been weeks since I've done a loan closing. I think it's been months. And I could never say that previously. If I didn't do any loan closing, I'm like, damn, I don't know how I'm gonna stay afloat. Can I pay rent? Right? Can I pay my bills? But sure enough, man, I've been able to do it. So it's been a blessing, but I still got a long way to go. Way to go.
Yeah, I feel you. I think I've been lucky to have you still have loan closings in this area. Since I'm in big city, I feel like that's the reason why it's like that. I'm like 15 minutes right outside of Chicago, so I'm hitting suburbs and everything else too. So I'm all over the place. Yeah,
sweet spot.
Yeah.
Sweet spot. Would you say is like said, would you operate in such a huge market, Chicago? Like I was the market out in Chicago. You say, does it tend to be a market more of a power of attorneys, loan closings? Like what do you tend to get more requests for out in that area?
It's a lot of power of attorneys. I'm gonna say it's a lot of power of attorneys. Loan closings for sure. There's a lot of businesses, a lot of real estate businesses that are here still buying up properties and stuff too as well. And refinances as well. You get a lot of older clients right now in this time frame that may have like interest rates that were higher than what they have now. So other than that, it's usually the ones that's buying up real estate. you know. So as far as the businesses go, doing Airbnbs and all that, they're still buying.
Facts. All right. Yeah, I never been to Chicago, man. I got to get out to Chicago one
Oh,
day.
you definitely summertime shines thing.
Yeah,
Definitely
my guy Tiger's out that way. Tiger Toledo.
Oh yeah, yep, he is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good brother, man. I learned a lot from Tiger, man. That's a good brother, man. Good brother. So I know you. I know that you also outside of just providing notary services. I know you do a little bit of coach. You do coaching as well?
Yes, yep. I still do coaching. So I do one-on-one coaching. I think that's something that I wanted to do, implement that because of what I had as far as a mentor and a coach for myself. So I definitely have no problem giving back to anybody. Anyone has questions, they come to me on IG, DM me, asking me about different things and how to get into it, point it right to them. Because I mean, without having somebody to point that information out to me, I wouldn't be in this situation. So I definitely love to give back to any questions. And a lot of times they might say, hey man, I appreciate you giving me this information, because it's like, they're scared to think that somebody's gonna sit there and put a dollar sign on this information. You know what I'm saying? So it's like being able to do that and building that rapport with other people and having that positivity and that type of energy come to you is a good thing. You know you're doing something right. You know, as far as once you're doing that, when you're on IG and you're marketing yourself, you know that they're looking at you as far as any mentorship, any coaching. So I do 1 hour coaching sessions as well. And then of course, you can go up longer than that, depending on what the circumstances is and what we're talking about. But yeah, most definitely I do that. And then also I'm coming out with a know your docs. So basically it's all the documentations, because when I was doing my training, they had documents in there, and those are basically standard documents. You don't see these other documents that you might see when you see a quitclaim deed. You might have a grantor, grantee on top of that. It's like, man, who signs what? Who's the grantor? Who's the grantee? Who's like, what does it mean quitclaim deed? Then you're like, okay, somebody's either being put on title or somebody's being taken off a title. So who's who? You have to understand those questions you have to ask to the clients, So, and a lot of times they don't even know, like why are you signing this quitclaim deed? I don't know. Like, okay, well, who's getting put on title? He is. Okay, I understand now.
But that's dope that you recognize that problem. Like folks don't know. And so with you knowing that, you created something where it's gonna be of value. Folks is gonna at least be in a better position after going through through that. It's gonna be an ebook. You said it's gonna be an ebook, or it's gonna be like a recording course?
Recording course.
Dope, man. Man, that's such a dope. That's to me the digital product, man, coaching. That's like a cheat code. That's a cheat code for your business, man. Especially as a notary, on those days where you may not have gotten the signing, but you might have got a couple of course sales that may have totaled up to what you would have made if you would have stepped foot outside that door.
Yeah.
It's a cheat code, man. I always like encourage notaries to put some type of digital product out there. Like I said, you may know stuff about the notary business that I may not know. Like you can monetize what you know. I don't care what it is. Loan closings, if you can monetize being professional, whatever the case may be, man, I always encourage. Because again, man, it's a cheat code to your business. I'm like, why not? Why not do it, man? And it doesn't cost you anything as well. I think that's what the biggest thing is. It doesn't cost you anything to create it, and it's pure profit at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think that's the same thing. You hit it on the head as far as that. It's just the fact that it's a residual passive income. It's straight up passive income. Once you get it down on paper, get it down on camera, video, then it's there, and then you're just capitalizing off of that. So yeah, definitely.
So man, just wrapping up, I always had to ask this question before we jump off, man. Where do you see your business in the next 5 to 10 years?
So hopefully I'm definitely trying to get a notary service, signing service, and then also fingerprinting services as well. And basically doing everything remote. I want to be able to work off this phone and not have to touch a steering wheel. that's the end of it. That's it. As far as that, just being able to do that, and then also digital real estate, digital products as far as that too as well. I think that's where the future is going towards. I don't want to say it's going towards, it's here. You know?
Yeah.
So having those type of courses that helps and brings value is where it's at, to be honest.
Dope, man. That's dope. Where can the people get in touch with you? Where can they support your movement? Where can they find you? Where plug everything in for them, man?
All right, so you can find me on Instagram. I'm on there heavy at the Notary Guy, and then also on my website www.infinitesignings.com as well. I'm also on LinkedIn. LinkedIn, you can find me under my name, Robert Moores, Moores. If you have any questions, any concerns, or anything, feel free to give me a ring. I'll definitely pick up the phone. Answer all my DMs. Anybody who wants to DM me with any questions you may have to start understanding how to get into the business, how to start the business, how to get going right away, making money, tap in. I'm here.
Let's go. I want to say thank you. I appreciate you for jumping on the show today, man. It was an honor to have you on. I appreciate you sharing your story, your background, how you get into the business. I know you're a hooper as well, so if I have to come to the shop, man, I got to test your hoop skills out, man.
Oh yeah.
You got to get one in. Nah, got to get one in. But salute to the audience for y'all for tapping in. Make sure y'all, if y'all checking this out on YouTube right now, make sure y'all like the channel. Make sure you subscribe. If you listen on Anchor, you listen on Apple Podcasts, make sure you give us a 5-star rating, man. Make sure y'all check us out. If you don't know, make sure y'all check out the Stampin Academy. We got live classes going on once a week. All right, make sure y'all tap in. We got a Postille one-on-one class coming up. Oh yeah, but by the time this, they're probably gonna miss out anyway by the time this episode come out, y'all. But we got more stuff in the works, y'all. Again, appreciate you, Robert. And until next time, y'all, peace.
Thank you.